to another episode of Nonstop Outside. Today we're going to be doing a review on a new piece of equipment called the B-Grip Uno. Actually, it's going to be over the next couple of days. We're going to take this thing out into the field and do several different situations and see how well it does, its pros and its cons. So without further ado, let's get out in the field and get this thing tested. All right, so over the last couple of days, I've been using this accessory made by B-Grip, and it's called the B-Grip Uno. It's made things a lot easier. Obviously, there's not one product that's going to do everything. You know, there's gonna be certain situations where you need a strap or you need other kinds of things, but this actually fills a really great gap between a strap and just holding it in your hand. Now, something else about this I'm going to tell you is that they say it's for mirrorless cameras, and I'm using it with a DSLR. And a DSLR is typically much heavier than any mirrorless camera. I have put my 70-200 lens, it's pretty heavy. I think it's around 2.5 to 3 pounds, and my camera, which is around 2.5 to 3 pounds. So, and with some accessories, you can get up into the 7 and 8 pound range, and it held it just fine. Obviously, with that amount of weight on that pivot point, you're not going to want it up on a strap like this, because the strap is what's going to make it move. But down here, you can actually hook it to your belt area, which we'll show you in a little bit, and it actually becomes a lot more stable. The basics is you have a little lever, just like a tripod head, and it locks this in just like this. It has one point of contact down here. Slip it in, you fold this back, and it clicks right into place. When you lock that, it's not coming out, but then there's a secondary safety feature where you flick this up, and this lever is not even gonna move at all. I mean, if you try to pull this up, it's not going to. I'm sure if you pushed on it hard, you'd break the lever, but I mean, that's a safety feature, and it's not gonna come off. All right, so installing the plate onto your camera is very simple. There's a rubber mat that actually secures and squishes onto the camera. Now, these little fins actually hold this in place as you turn it on your camera, so you don't have to stick it on there and then try to grab this. You actually just take the whole plate and put it on your camera and spin. So you turn it until it starts giving, but you're gonna want these facing the lens and the back of the camera, not sideways. Once you've got that down, you take a key or a quarter and tighten it down till it's snug. Don't really crank on because you don't need to. And for a belt installation, you actually put these two little round hook styles in and behind your belt. Once that's in place, you take this U-bolt and put it in from behind those two, where the back of the U is facing your pants and the threaded parts are facing out. Then you take the actual mount and you point this part down, and the two round holes clamp straight onto this, and make sure this part is out and not like this. Then you take the two fasteners, the nuts that are provided, and you just screw them on. You're going to want to get them fairly tight, but don't really crank on them because they don't need to be that. Once they feel fairly snug, you're ready to install your camera. For backpack installation, you're not going to be using this piece. Go ahead and put it away, hook it on your pocket or belt for great storage, and it won't fall off. What you're actually going to be using is just the hook and mount. You take the U-bolt, put it behind your backpack strap, and then take this piece and face it out just like you did on your belt. And then take the fasteners and put them on. And for a backpack strap that has a fair amount of padding, what you're going to want to do is to crank it down just a hair to compress that padding. To position it in your desired location, just loosen the nuts just a little bit and slide it till you feel comfortable that that's where you want your camera hanging, and then tighten it right back down. In overall, I think this product is very, very useful. I like its construction, I like its functionality, I like just about everything. I don't have any complaints about this product. I think it's very smart the way that they've done the quick plate, the way that you tighten it, because you can tighten it with a key. You don't have to have an Allen wrench. It's really made for being out there in the field and using it right at that moment. You can walk around with this thing all day long and then go, hey, I like that shot. Click it off your I don't know, backpack or your belt and shoot, and then put it right back. And you almost don't even notice it's there. You can walk around and, I mean, it's not any more in your way than a water bottle would be when you're hiking. All right, so now you're all wondering, how much does this little add-on gadget is gonna cost? Well, it retails at bgrip.com for a reasonable $60. But I know we all like saving money. So if you use the promo code NonstopFstop at checkout, you're gonna save 10%. All right, so that's it for this episode of Nonstop F-Stop. Remember to comment, like, and subscribe. And to use that promo code, Nonstop F-Stop, to go get your very own B-Grip Uno.